So we have this old bike that we've had for quite a while. I think like 8 years at least. Somebody gave it to my dad. He put it in the trunk of our Camry and brought it home. No paperwork. I think it was kind of running, barely running. I can't remember. But it runs now. He's done a decent amount of work to it. Put tires on it, got it running, got the front forks rebuilt. Has a Chinese carb on it from eBay. That's about all we've done to it. He just got a new bike there. And he wants to go ride, and I have nothing to ride, so I thought, why don't we just make this thing rideable? It hasn't been reliable recently. Like, it was failing to stay running for more than like 10 minutes. I can't remember what he did. He took it somewhere and they changed the stator or something like that. I think there was an issue where the previous owner removed the headlight, and if you don't wire it properly, I guess it doesn't charge properly. So he fixed whatever that was. I wasn't really involved in that. So, I mean, there's a few things that I want to do to it. It doesn't quite run right with that eBay carburetor. It looks good, and it does run, but it doesn't run right. I'll show it. It doesn't rev properly. The exhaust is a straight pipe, which is extremely obnoxious. Probably part of the reason why it's not running super awesome. I'd like to put a headlight back on it and maybe a tail light. That's another thing too, it's not registered. So to get it registered, I could get a green sticker as is probably, but I'd like to get a license plate on it just to not be limited to what trail and all that kind of crap. Originally it would have been street legal, so hopefully it won't be too hard to get a license plate on it. Somebody put these dirt bike plastics on it from a newer bike. I have no idea. I think these side panels are original, 1970, but the front and rear fenders are definitely not original. I actually would like to find some steel fenders for it to kind of make it look more original. The rear shocks, like, it's super bouncy. I'll show a video of it. It's not fun going over lots of bumps with it, but it bounces all over the place, so I kind of want to do something about that. And overall, just get it running better. We have the actual stock Honda carburetor right here. The cap isn't from this bike, but the floats, if you can hear it, they're full of fuel, so they're bad. So I had to order floats and a rest of a carb kit and just try to rebuild this and see if we can get it running better with the actual Honda carb on it, which I think we should be able to. Has no mirrors, so we might need mirrors to get a license plate. This is not stock, I don't think. It's like an aftermarket CNC mirror mount. This would be the stock mirror mount. And then the stock run switch is on here, which low and high beam, which I think this switch actually does nothing. It's not currently wired at all. Doesn't look like there's any wiring coming out of it. I don't know. Oh, it's right there, cut off at the bottom of the bars. So I'd have to take all that apart if we wanted to use this switch and rewire it. The key does work. Key down here. Fuel tank's good. Petcock is good. It works well. Probably could use a new chain and sprocket. So yeah, the problems that we've had in the past have just been with it staying running, which I think was the electrical issue. So I still don't really trust it. Between that and the carb, it's hard to trust it. I feel like it just doesn't like it'll go 50 miles an hour with this carb, but it doesn't feel like it's running correctly, which I can't really explain. just by feel, I can't tell what's wrong with it. So hopefully we'll clean up that Honda carb and get it on there, and it'll behave a little bit better. My dad wants to go on a ride with some friends out in the desert, so I'd like to go tag along on that one, so we'll have this to ride. I'd also like to go hit up some of the... Oh, Looney, what are you doing? Go chew up sticks. I'd also like to go hit up some of the enduro races around here. I've done a couple in the past, and they're just super fun. And they have a vintage class, which is pre-84 with drum brakes, which this definitely is drum brakes. The most challenging part in my mind right now is just getting a license plate, just because it's such a pain in the butt here sometimes, but we'll see what we can do about it. So I'll try to show the suspension. Front forks are decent. There's a little bit of wobbliness there. Might have to figure out where that's come from. That could be the triple tree bearings here. So I'll check those out. And then the rear, there's just no damping there whatsoever. So I ordered some new shocks. They're pretty cheap though, so we'll see how that goes. See if it'll start. So it just quit on me. It smells really hot, and it's like tapping a lot on the top end, so we need to check those valves and timing and stuff. Looney. It's Luna. If I don't throw the stick, she'll just eat it. So my only option Thank you.